This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com.
Hello everybody, it's your old pal Rob. There are very, very few times that I can say in my existence where I can play something and be totally blown away by it. You know, and it's usually the bigger games with all the fancy components and all the over-the-top stuff that really just is absolutely glorious. Oathsworn, Stars of Icarios, the old Warhammer Quest, you know, and all the glory that brings and everything like that. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you go to Game Crafters or Grey Gnome Games and pick up this little itty bitty little dungeon crawl Tin Helm, all I can say is let's go down, talk a little bit about this. I'm just blown away. I'm not going to explain all the rules, but you are definitely going to want to check this out because this is something really special and different. Now, the way this is going to start off, you're looking for these 3 shards. Good luck finding them, okay? It's not the easiest thing in the world, okay? You've got your loot deck, you've got your enemies here, you've got these which are reference cards because you're going to run into things like the campfire or the pigman or the grove and stuff like that. This is how brilliant this game is. You've got four different characters here, okay? And you're going to pick what you want to be. I want to be a human, okay? So you're going to pick the human. Then, from there, you're going to turn over these cards, okay? And you are going to pick who you're going to be. For instance, you could be a Marauder, a Footpad, or a Parsons. Okay, well, I'm going to be a Parsons. Boom, that's it. I'm going to get a mace and a scroll. Now we have these cards here that are 2-sided, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the mace, which is going to give me an advantage against undead, and this is going to banish undead. There's something else here, okay? Now the game comes with these cards, but I bought the mat because I've got to have everything. And all the rules are inside this little itty bitty tin, along with all this stuff except for the mat. And everything is explained on these cards, and they do a fantastic job of doing that. So what you're going to be doing is you are going to be taking a look at your abilities. I have 9 health, but I'm going to add it to the health of the occupation that I took, which is Parsons. So that's going to be 13 for my health. I'm going to put that as my maximum health, and then when I get hit, I will lower it down on this thing here. Also, I get a certain amount of energy, which is 7 plus 3 is 10. Okay, awesome. All right, this we use for our enemies in case we have an enemy with a big attack, and we get 5 different rounds to go down. 5 times we're going to go through this deck here, and if we get down here and we don't have the shards, we're going to lose the game. Or if we lose our health, we're going to lose the game, right? That's the way that you want to play games, that you got to die. So here's the tremendously brilliant mechanic of this whole thing. Now, as you can see, these symbols here mean something. And what you're going to do is negotiate those symbols. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start my journey down. And I'm going to go down the chasm here. Now, because I chose that card, I'm going to turn over the next card. Doesn't matter what's on it. I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to match that symbol up with everything there, okay? And I'm going to negotiate it, okay? Now, I could, if I saw that symbol, I goes, wow, geez, that's not something I want to do. I don't want to just start fighting right out of the gate. I could turn this over, okay? And then I have to take the next card, and as you can see, it's a treasure chest and a trap, okay? But you have to do them in order. You have to negotiate the trap, then the treasure chest. So the trap, I would lose 2 energy. Energy is really important because over here, you are going to use energy to add to your attack. Now, how do you attack? Well, let's go back and let's do it the other way, okay? We had this turned over this way. Okay, so that was our first card, and I decided to do that. But I'm going to turn this over and I'm going to fight the Doom Skull. You are going to pull out the Doom Skull. Okay, where is, not the Numbskull, the Doom Skull. Now he's undead, okay? And when in combat against an undead enemy, you inflict an additional 1 damage on successful hits. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so breaking down this card, he has 4 health. He does 0 attack. The Doom Skull always attacks first. Uh-oh. And there is no +1. Now, here's the thing about fighting enemies. It gets tougher as you go down in the dungeon, because as you go down, you're going to add 2 to whatever value is here. So if this is a 3, you're going to add 2 to, which means 5 plus whatever you roll on these dice. Now I rolled a 3 and a 4, and the difference between them is 1. So I take that, I add that to that, and then the level of the dungeon. Okay, now for this instance, it's 2 damage. Okay, I am going to take 2 health damage. That is really going to stink. So now, oh, I should be at 11 there. Now I'm going to fire back. Now what do I want to do? Well, I'm going to use 1 energy. Okay, I'm just going to use 1. And that would give me 3. He has no defense, and I need 4. Which means if I get a success here, plus I get 1 from the mace, I'm going to be all right. But if I roll doubles, it's a miss. It's a plain, simple miss. Let's hope I don't roll doubles. Oh, I almost did. That's a 2 and a 3. The difference is 1. +1 for undead. It has a little undead symbol there. +3. Okay? That's 1, 2, 5. That's enough to kill the Doom Skull. Okay? And I'm going to get 1 favor. Now, what's favor going to do? Well, the more, if I can get up to 10 favor, there's a card in here that'll help me get one of these things. And you could get these several different ways by negotiating certain things. We're just going to put this back on top, which we do. There's going to be treasure, which you're going to go through, and you're going to dig out treasure in here when you get chests and stuff like this. And it's just going to help you build up your hero here. So you are trying always to get these three crystals. If you do not get them, if you do not get the 3 shards, you are not going to win this game whatsoever. And it gets harder because the longer it takes, the stronger the enemies get. Remember, they get down to 5, they're doing 5 before you even roll or do anything else, which makes them absolutely filthy and nasty. And plus they have special skills and stuff like that. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to go through this entire deck here of 12 cards. Once you go through the 12 cards, then it moves down to level 2. Okay? But you have to go through the whole level of cards. A completely brilliant and glorious and fantastic experience here. This is a game that is a must-have. And it comes in this little itty bitty tin that you can get at Game Crafters. Go to Gray Gnome Games. Go check this out. You're not going to be disappointed. This is something special, folks. Trust your old pal Rob on this one. Let's go up top and get my final thoughts. You know, I always enjoy playing little independent games and things like that. And when I saw Tin Helm, I was actually trying to get Iron Helm. And it looked like you couldn't get it because they didn't have certain pieces to it at Game Crafter. You know, the way you get this, you can either download it and make your own version, or you can get it at Game Crafter. Well, I was very fascinated with Iron Helm, and I said, well, in the meantime, let me bring in all the other games, and then I'll try to get Iron Helm. Well, I went with this, which is Tin Series Volume 3. And I ended up getting the other games as well, The Gate and Desolate, which is a sci-fi version of some of his games. And I've got Iron Helm on the way. Playing this, just, I think this is one of the best games I've played in a long time. You would think that in this little itty-bitty tin, you would say, well, I'm sure it's a fun, quick game. Now, there's a lot here. And it's smart, and it's put together well. There are some hard choices that you have to make, as you saw. The enemies are fantastic in how they They suck up your energy, mess up your favor. You're trying to find these 3 gems to end the game, which is not easy. You need a little luck on your side. Okay, the loot comes in handy, making smart decisions, and if you rush through things, you're going to get slaughtered. Okay, you've got to go through that deck 5 times. 5 times, and that's all you got to find those shards. Jason Glover, you are a brilliant man. So much though that I just spent $187 to bring Iron Helm in. That's because I just couldn't get just the basic game. Okay, no, I had to get it all because my faith in you after playing this. And I'm glad I picked up the other 2 games, Gate and Desolate, because I checked those out. And those are just as glorious. Guys, I'm going to tell you something, and I mean this with all my heart. Go to GameCrafter, look up Grey Gnome Games, and bring everything that they have into your home. I'm telling you, and I swear on my grandchildren, you won't be disappointed. This is probably one of the best systems I've ever played. It's smart, it's brilliant. My only problem with this game is I want more. Okay, I want more enemies. I want more dungeon cards. I want more of everything. We need a Tin Helm too. And I'm telling you, go get this and you'll see exactly what I'm saying. I want more loot cards. I want an expansion to this because I want to have about this much trying to go down and find those things. And I would love to see this in a huge box. Can you imagine if this guy had the funding to do a big box game of this where, he had unlimited resources and everything? Not that this game needs this, but to have different this guy can tell a story. Okay, and I would love to see him do this and have that opportunity. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of putting him in contact with Mark Walker or some of the other big companies that I know, that this guy is a talent and needs to be and just has that gift. I can never think of something like this in a million years. And for me, and I'm looking at the game, I'm sorry I'm not looking at the camera, but this is just one of those things that's special. And I can't wait to get my hands on Iron Helm. We'll do a video for that. By the time this comes live, I'm sure I'll do a live play because I'm fascinated in it. I don't think I can walk away from this. This is just one of those special games that means something. And I'm telling you right now, it's one that you have to have. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We shall see you soon. Go pick this up. Go to GameCrafter. You're not going to be disappointed. Matter of fact, I just got a phone call from Herman Lutman because he's the one that I tried to call the minute I got through playing this to tell him all about it. Because he ordered it too, because we both have the same type of test. And when one of the best designers on the planet says, "Hey Rob, there's something great here," there's something great here, folks. There is something great here. Trust me on this one. Until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.